talking about NBA Finals start today.
NBA Finals. It's the championship round, baby!
We're talking about the Capitals and the Vegas Golden Knights.
Washington Capitals, man. You know, I gotta say it. For as much hate as Ovechkin's got, I want him to win a Stanley Cup. Like, he's a player that shows up. I mean, granted, he disappears sometimes in the playoffs. Like, game one, he only had 2 shots or whatever. But he's hustling. You know, he's motivating guys.
He needs a power play to get going.
Yeah, he really does. And he needs to have that snipe from the left wing and just bury one. But
I gotta say, so first game, tune in, right? Turn the game on. The intro,
the Vegas Knights know what they're
was
doing.
Incredible. Like, it's Vegas, right? They should know how to put on a show.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't watch last night's intro. I missed the
me
intro.
too. I missed it too.
But I heard it was the same one, which is kind of like
disappointing. But
yeah,
whatever.
like you had the chance to like make this like a show. But I liked what they did there, like, you know, the clash and the, you know, the whole night thing and the people flying in. It was like, you know, and then they had themselves a game. I mean, no team had control of that game.
No, I mean, it's 2-2 after the first period.
Everybody wants to complain about the referees. It's playoff hockey. Get over your fucking selves. Shit's gonna get slid under the rug.
Well,
okay?
and the way Fleury played in game one, they're lucky they won, and they're lucky they're coming out tied, going back to Washington.
I think they're lucky to win game one. You know, they took advantage of opportunities. But I'll tell you, when James Neal comes down on the wing and snipes the top shelf, I literally said to myself, it's going to be a long day. When that happens, it's going to be a long day. But hope he showed up.
Yo.
He showed up. And Washington doesn't do him no favors.
No, they don't, man. Like, he was hanging to dry on that beautiful save at 2 minutes left. Like, he was hanging there.
That was the series save. Like, if you don't make that save, series is over pretty much.
Now,
I mean, going down 2, going back home.
If they win the Stanley Cup, that's the save that's going to be played in highlights for freaking years.
I'll tell you right now, even if they don't win the Stanley Cup, that save's going to be replayed. I mean, that's one of the biggest saves to happen in the finals
I've seen in
a long time.
I mean, besides the one where Fleury, back when they were in the Stanley Cup against Detroit, where he pushed across and saved them with like a minute left, that was a huge save. But this was an even more impressive save. Like, just on the paddle of the stick, are you kidding me?
And it was like his hand was there too, so like he got some help with that, but he knew he was need to be bailed out.
Yep.
He just came over and picked a spot.
Picked it.
Got it.
Yeah, that was impressive.
So I think, and I don't want to be, I don't want it to be over early.
Yeah.
So I want it to go 7 games. I like the ups and downs. I like going back and forth. You know, there's a lot of hype behind the series. I was a little concerned, but it seems like the novice viewers are really tuning in these days.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's what Vegas has done this year, is like gotten people to be hockey fans that don't really know much about hockey before that, because they're a brand new team, they've got a storyline, like, it's Vegas having a professional sports team, so people are tuning in. I like it.
I like that too. There's a lot of people that pull for the Caps because of Ovechkin. There's a lot of fans. There's a lot of people that pull for the Caps because they're that underdog mentality. But there's a lot of people that are on Vegas that were on Nashville last year.
Yeah,
like
true.
riding that kind of story.
True.
You know, and that's the beauty of this finals. You know, if you get some of those old historic teams, you know, San Jose, Anaheim, like, they don't have that groupie following.
Right,
you know, they
right.
have the people that always followed them, and then everybody that roots against them.
So this year has been interesting. I've actually really enjoyed not having any like skin in the game, not having any team that I want to win more than the other team, at least for the Stanley Cup and for the Final Four really too. Like, yeah, I wanted Tampa Bay to win because I like Stamkos, but really I don't mind seeing Washington win. And same thing goes for the Stanley Cup. Like, whoever wins, I'm happy for them, and it's fun to just watch good hockey. Like, I don't have to, I'm not crying, I'm not losing my damn mind for one team getting spanked by the other. Like, I'm enjoying good hockey.
So I'm rooting for Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay? But the only reason is because I want Gary to be wrong. So that's the only reason. Like, that's literally the only reason. But it's also because, like, there's so many people pulling for the Caps, and I've pulled for the Caps for so long. Everyone's like, oh, why are you pulling for the Caps? Like, I like Ovechkin. I really do. But the problem is, like, now that everybody's on it, like, I want to be on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's easy
I get it.
You know?
Yeah, I get it for sure. Now, the NBA Finals, like you said, start tonight.
12-point favorites.
Golden State's 12-point favorite?
Yeah.
12 and a half?
I think it started at 12. I don't know what it is currently.
So, that makes sense in my mind. Now, the thing with this is that NBA playoffs have been actually really good. Except for the Toronto-Cleveland series, there hasn't been really that dominant series like we've seen the past 3-4 years before, right? So the playoffs have been great. I just have a bad feeling that the finals is going to be a letdown compared to what we've seen for the last 3 series.
I think anything in the finals will be a letdown because of what's happened before. Like, we all said Cleveland, Golden State in the finals. We tossed around a few other names to say, like, oh, these teams
so that I can
put
say,
some pressure.
So that I can say Cleveland's not making it to finals.
But at the end of the day, we all knew Cleveland, Golden State would be there at the end. We just didn't know how they would get there.
Right.
And the way that they got there was even better than what we wanted it to be because there was a lot of action. There was some Game 7s. LeBron James does what LeBron James does.
3 games to 2.
Right. So it was a great storyline. 2 Game 7s going into the finals. Like, that storyline was great. Now, you would be a fool not to think this series is going 7.
I don't think it's
the
going 7.
NBA is juicing every orange they can find right now. I'm telling you. And the only way it doesn't go 7 is if Cleveland wins in 6. Because I think the only way Cleveland wins is if they win in 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that too. Yeah, because there's no way that Golden State's going back to Golden State for Game 7 and lose.
Right. Even though we know Cleveland just won on the road. LeBron James turns into something else in the Game 7. Like, we don't even know what creature that is. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to pull for LeBron and I'm going to pull for the Cavs because I've been saying it and preaching it and pissing people off since day 1 of the final, or day 1 of the playoffs, right?
I know. I've heard it nonstop.
Bold prediction, not so bold. So, tonight's game is going to be what we're going to find out what the series is tonight.
I don't think so. I think Golden State will blow them out tonight and then Cleveland will come back.
Do you know how many times Golden State has scored over 110 points?
In the playoffs this year?
They haven't done it since before this round. I'm pretty sure. And I've had this argument a couple times this week, so I'm kind of ready for it. But Houston kind of shut them down.
Yeah, they did. Houston played good defense. I hate the debate of, if this guy had played, would they have won? I hate that crap because that didn't happen.
Playing,
we don't know.
Chris Paul wasn't playing. I don't want to hear.
So here's the thing about the finals that's super interesting is the fact that Andre Iguodala is not playing this first game. That could be a huge benefit for the Cavs. And everybody's saying, Kevin Love isn't playing, and that's going to be more detrimental to the Cavs. No, I think Andre Iguodala and his defense with LeBron James on the floor is what makes Golden State beat Cleveland consistently. Because, I understand they have other guys who can guard LeBron, but nobody that's in LeBron's head like Iguodala is.
So, this is the funny part about the Iguodala debate.
The plus minus when he's off the floor.
The plus minus, we can look at the numbers and we can say what we want to say. LeBron James has put up 30, 10, and 10 in every single game he's played against Golden State. With the exception of maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Iguodala was in every single one of those games. So Iguodala does not shut down LeBron James. He slows him down. But at the end of the day, if Golden State's going into this series thinking we have to shut LeBron down,
that's stupid.
They're foolish.
Stupid.
You need to slow him down, okay? But he's still going to get his. If he puts up 50 a night, that should be okay as long as you're winning on the scoreboard.
Right.
But if you try to focus on LeBron and try to double, triple team him,
it's stupid.
He is smart enough to pick you apart if the other guys are making shots.
Right.
If those other guys are making shots and you want to double and triple team me, it's going to be a short series for them. And I don't think Golden State has looked like Golden State yet in the playoffs. Third quarters of those two last games, 6 and 7, they look like Golden State. First half, they look like Toronto did against Cleveland.
That's so true. It's so true.
But they looked bad. Like, Cleveland's not a bad defensive team.
Well,
They've
Steve
been
Kerr
holding.
Kerr said it himself. He's like, the worst quarter we've ever played. Hopefully, good thing we're only down 5 points, because if we play like that, we suck. Like, his basically what he said. Like,
and I think that's the biggest thing. People are saying, oh, well, this isn't Golden State last year, the year before. Like, they have some rocky shooting going on.
They don't have the mojo that they've had those
They don't
years.
have that swagger. They don't have... Maybe it's the hunger. Maybe they've done it too many times. Maybe they just don't have that drive, right?
Or they're just tired, man. They've done it. But LeBron James shows up.
Dude's
8 years in a row.
55 years old, still dropping triple-doubles in the fucking playoffs. So, I mean, I get where people are coming from. We know what Golden State's capable of. We haven't seen it yet, though.
Yeah,
like, four-quarter blowout, knocking down shots, breaking records like they did previous years, that's not happening this year. And if Cleveland can hold them under 100 points, I legitimately think they can make it a series.
Yeah. I mean, they can. You're stupid to think that Golden State's going to sweep. And I've been hearing this stuff. Golden State's got this in the bag.
First of all, NBA will not let a sweep happen in the finals. I'll tell you that right now.
Maybe they will, just to get people off their back that they don't have
I'll tell you right now, if you've watched how the NBA has been officiated the last 2 rounds, they will not let that happen. Because there's been some loose whistles at times.
Yeah.
So...
Or some pretty tight whistles like that. Shit doesn't make any sense.
I get it. You know, you got to make it competitive. You got to sell some tickets. There's a couple extra games on TV, but they've made a difference in some of these games.
Yeah. Well,
they've made a difference. They didn't swing it one way or another, but they've may have made it closer than it should have been at sometimes.
That happens in all sports, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. You know, the NBA is going to make sure that happens.
They want it to go 7.
I want it to go so.
I do too, because it's more basketball, it's more sports, it's more fun. Because I don't want just baseball on, because that's going to drive me nuts.
World Cup starts though.
Again, like, yeah, cool. I just can't sit there for it's the same thing with baseball. I can't sit there and watch a full game because I got too much other more important shit to do.
Yeah, but baseball's 6 hours. Soccer match is 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's 90 minutes running time watching guys walk around.
90 minutes running time, even better. So that's 6 hours. It's an hour and a half.
I don't know. I like the highlights.
There's a lot of action.
Those. Yeah, we'll have something stupid to say about something, I'm sure. We didn't even do an introduction this time because who gives a shit? But this is the Nosebleeds show.
We have our introduction and it shows up. It flashes on the screen.
How does it go? What does it do?
I'm not doing it again. I can't do it again. But that's how it is.
Yeah. See ya. Peace.